On the latest episode of That's All I'm Saying, we talked about our favorite holiday songs with an esteemed panel of local music aficionados. Now, in this bonus segment, we're going to turn our attention to our least favorite holiday songs. And ironically, two of the songs in Tampa Bay's 10 favorite holiday songs list were not favorites of our esteemed panel. Joining us again, Stephanie Hayes, Tampa Bay Times humor columnist, NPR television critic Eric Deggans, Q105's Mason Dixon, and Davis Watts, the music director from Spirit FM. Steph, I start with you. You did not like two of the songs in our top 10.
Rough times.
Where did Tampa Bay go wrong?
Well, you know, a lot of people have a fondness, Davis was saying, for Do They Know It's Christmas because it was an 80s classic. But, you know, there's a lot of problems in that song. It was one of these big celebrity, you know, pile-on acts to raise money to bring awareness and money to Ethiopian famine, right? And it featured all the British and Irish acts you could possibly want, and basically they were all singing about how there was no joy in Africa, right? It's a problematic white savior song, and Bob Geldof, who's responsible for it, had said at some point that he is responsible for two of the worst songs in history, the song and We Are the World. So if the person who wrote the song is calling it one of the worst songs in history, I mean, who are we to argue?
Ouch.
It did raise a lot of money for the cause, which is admirable, but there's some problems there. And then Baby It's Cold Outside. I mean, we could go around and around, but if we have to, you know, pontificate this hard on whether or not a song is like about sexual harassment, like maybe just go with It Is.
You know, I put that song in a time capsule, and I think in the time that it was recorded, the modes and the standards were different. I think you're putting it in a 21st century framing, and of course it doesn't hold up in the 21st century, but...
Why do we have to keep remaking it then?
Well, that's a good question. Because there are a lot of people remaking it, for sure.
Here's the thing I would say, and I'm standing with Stephanie on both of these. We have always known that a guy trying to, force a woman to hang out with him is wrong. We've always known that. So just because it was set to a nice tune and people wanted to ignore the meaning of the lyrics doesn't mean that we should keep doing that when we know what the song is about. You know, I know a lot of people have a lot of nostalgic ties to that song, but part of advancing and getting rid of some of the systemic stuff we got to deal with in society is looking back at old pieces of pop culture that echo and reinforce that stuff and calling it out and saying, look, it was a great song, but it stands for a lot of things that are terrible. And we really
As the only woman on the panel,
remind ourselves of that every time we listen to it.
As the only woman on the panel who's tried to get away from some awkward guys before, I'll just say it is what it is.
All right, Stephanie.
I'm sorry. Brought it down.
Don't apologize.
I'm actually not sorry, but
don't apologize. But we only have so much time.
I got you back, sister. I got you back.
Someone else hate on something, please.
Davis,
can I please?
Davis, let me go to Davis first. Davis, okay. Is there a holiday song that doesn't sit well with you?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, holiday song-wise, and I don't even know the real name of it, but that stinking hippopotamus song could never be played again, and I would not have any issue with it whatsoever. But I'll tell you, really, my only, jab in the craw of my throat every time, I can't get on board with any pentatonics, guys. I'm probably going to be shot for this. I know that is not a popular opinion. But I have never been on the pentatonics train. I have sung a cappella all my life, and I just don't understand it.
I'm so glad that we are doing this. I'm so glad we're doing this virtually, because if we were in the same place, I'd have to be holding back Ernest. I would have to have him in a hammer lock.
I am driving the pentatonics train. I am the engineer on the pentatonics train. Oh my goodness.
I just can't get on board with it. I don't know what it is about it that's getting me, but I just can't join.
Eric, what is it you can't get on board with?
Okay, I have two classifications of Christmas songs I can't stand. The first kind is a song that has been stupid from the moment I heard it, and I can't stand hearing it, and I have to hear it all the time. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. I am sorry.
I saw that coming.
Right. Now the second kind is songs that I liked, but they played them so much now I can't stand them. And Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney. I love that song when it came out, but they play it all the time, especially when you're shopping. And I get by the time I'm into December, I'm ready to hunt down Paul McCartney and just beg him to remove it from circulation.
I still like that one. Not as much as I like Pentatonics, but that Wonderful Christmas Time still on my favorites list.
What are we learning about Ernest's tastes? What are we learning?
Well, we're learning.
I'm with you on Pentatonics, Ernest.
Very good, but
Pentatonics is great.
Mason, anything in your craw when it comes
Hey,
to
listen.
songs?
They stole all my songs. I mean, Hippopotamus, Grandma, which we broke on Q105, by the way. So you can blame me for that darn thing. Paul McCartney, yeah, I have to agree after you hear it a while. But I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me flip this just for a second and throw a song out there that when you listen to the lyrics, if it doesn't bring a tear to your eye, I don't know what will. You'll have to look it up. It's by a group called the Capitol Lights. And it's his favorite Christmas story. And I've been playing that thing at Christmas time, and whenever I do, it makes the phones ring. People go for it. Just a little hint. Capitol Lights, his favorite Christmas story. See what you think. It's sappy, but it's beautiful. It's the spirit of the holidays, and it'll get you.
All right. I'm gonna check that one out. That's one that might get added to my 12-hour holiday playlist on Spotify. But there are a couple of songs that are not on my Spotify playlist. One, I have no versions of Santa Baby. I just, call me a square, call me a nerd, but Santa being seduced just does not work for me. Sorry. And then another one that is not on the list is Christmas Lights by Coldplay. I did a lot of research. It was on a lot of favorites lists. I don't know why. It just sounds like a song where the guy had a fight with Gwyneth Paltrow and he went walking and wrote the song. It just doesn't resonate with me at all. Hey man, go back home and figure it out. And I'm sure that, this is a really good song, but it's just so sad. I don't know if you guys have ever heard River by Joni Mitchell. I don't know.
Is that a Christmas song?
It's made a lot of lists, Eric. It's made a lot of holiday song lists.
Thought of it that way. Yeah.
And
it's an awesome song though. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's an awesome song. It's
Hancock
just
does an amazing version of it too.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's been covered a couple of times. It's just really sad. Like it kind of tears at me. Okay, before I let you guys go, I want to play a quick game, okay? This game is called Is It a Christmas Song? You ready? Because some songs we consider Christmas songs, but they're not really Christmas songs. One song that's been coming up on a lot of lists, Seasons of Love from the musical Rent. Is it a Christmas song or not?
No.
No.
Rent traverses the whole year. It has Christmas in it, but it goes to Halloween, New Year's. It's about the changing seasons. I say no.
All right. These are a few of my favorite things from The Sound of Music. Is it a Christmas song or not?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Comes up on a lot of lists.
Yeah,
that would go either way.
Yeah, again, it's sort of like it gives you that sense of gift giving, and a lot of people play it during the holiday season. I think I would go with it. I would say it is. Yeah.
And is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the next question.
Absolutely.
McLean, do you think this is a Christmas movie? I believe it is.
Yeah, so I think that'll wrap it up for this segment, unless you guys have more Christmas songs that you don't like.
Ernest, I have to tell you, I know that you have a deep and abiding love for Miley Cyrus, and so I'm sorry to see that this didn't make the conversation today, but she did a great cover of Happy Christmas, War is Over with Mark Ronson on SNL. So you should check that out, because I know you love Miley.
I will check that out. I haven't.
That's my present to you, my friend.
I appreciate that. I'll tell you that there are some new releases that everyone can check out this holiday season. Leslie Odom Jr. has a holiday album out. It has a great version of Rock of Ages in Hebrew. Also, I think Carrie Underwood has a new holiday album out, and she has an original song, Let There Be Peace. Davis, I predict that that's one you're going to end up playing quite a bit over the next couple of years. Dolly Parton has a holiday album out. It didn't really hit with me. I don't know, nothing against Dolly. I know everyone loves her, but
sacrilege.
She's got a song on there where she's flirting with Michael Bublé, and it just, I don't know, man. It just kind of made me uneasy, man. Like I don't know, Like
there are certain musical fans whose heads are going to explode. I have got to hear that one.
And for Davis, I think there's some new pentatonics out this year, so enjoy.
Yes, Davis. There is some new pentatonics out, and you need to give it a listen.
I have seen the album. We'll leave it at that.
It's just blasphemy, I say.
Hey, and listen, you know what? There's one song that we didn't bring up, and I'm surprised because at my house, and I know a lot of other people do the same, it's become a tradition in my family. We play Christmas Vacation, the movie, on Thanksgiving night, which officially kicks everything off. But that song by Mavis Staples, the theme song to Christmas Vacation, is a great holiday song. What do you think?
Yeah, you know what, Mason, I'm not familiar with that, but that's kind of the beauty of holiday songs.
Plays at the end of the movie.
Discovering new ones.
Yeah. Check it out, the end of the movie.
Something else we didn't mention, which is really going to get me in touch with everybody, is I love watching Jim Carrey's The Grinch movie. I actually enjoy that movie, and me and my family, we watch it every year. Forget about the debate about whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not. That's been decided. Is The Grinch a good movie or not? Oh my God. That's the debate that divides the dinner table.
Oh wait, did we really decide?
Where do you fall in that debate, Eric? Do you like it?
Well, of course, I love it, recognizing that most people hate it. So,
well, we want to talk about movies. Love Actually, is it a Christmas movie or not?
Yes, definitely. And I love that movie. That has all kinds of hate as well. There's always a list of 10 reasons this movie's terrible every year, but I love it. Yeah. I watch it every year. It puts me in the mood and the spirit. Yes, totally a Christmas movie.
Now, I'm a big fan of that movie also, and there was a writer from The Atlantic that I had to get after on Twitter one year because he said some really bad things about it, and I wasn't standing for it at all.
So here's the ultimate question. Now that we're sort of talking about movies and stuff, one question about TV. They are doing a Lego Star Wars holiday special on Disney Plus. Who's down? Come on, who's down?
No, I'll buy that. I'll buy that for $1.
Oh no.
It promises to be a little less awful than the original Star Wars holiday special.
I was just going to ask if anybody remembers the original holiday special from Star Wars. I just got the soundtrack for it, and we're making it a morning show bit this year for sure because so many people have forgotten about it. You got to revive it somehow.
You know who hasn't forgotten about it? Mark Hamill, who still curses himself for ever being a part of it.
I bet.
You know, the another thing that we didn't talk about was the song from The Grinch, "Where Are You Christmas" by Faith Hill. That's one.
Sung in the movie by Taylor Momsen. who was a little girl who went on to star in Gossip Girl, and now she's in a hard rock heavy metal band. She's the lead vocalist for the Pretty Reckless, which is
Talk about a journey.
I know. She
Oh,
actually has this really like beautiful deep voice, but she made a hard turn.
You know what's the one of the most awesome songs on that soundtrack, again, speaking of someone, one of the few people who actually likes the movie, is Jim Carrey's version of "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," which is actually the guy can actually sing, believe it or not, and it's I thought he did a great job with it.
I like that movie, Eric. I'm with you. It's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to go with
Fun little fact.
the original one on "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." You can't get any better than that.
That sounded great.
Oh,
Thank you.
awesome.
I've practiced.
Thurl,
for years.
and you can't get any better than the name of the guy who sung it, Thurl Ravenscroft. I mean, that guy would have to be like a high priest in some black magic society if he wasn't an actor. Also, the voice of Tony the Tiger.
That's right.
Wow.
It's
There you go.
great.
Enjoy that little tidbit there.
Davis,
If I
you
ever
had a
get,
fun
like-
fact for us?
Well, a fun little fact. I can't remember. Yeah, the Grinch song was actually covered by Sixpence None the Richer. So Lee Nash, the lead singer of Sixpence None the Richer, if you can imagine her doing that song, well, you don't have to imagine it. Just look it up because it's amazing. Definitely one of my favorite versions of that song ever.
Awesome.
Okay.
Check it out.
Let me get out on this. Wanted to mention 8 Days of Hanukkah by the late Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. If you're looking for another great Hanukkah song, I discovered that one doing some research for this show. It is outstanding.
Rest in peace. Rest in power to Sharon.
Yes, rest in power to Sharon, and just a nice jazzy, upbeat Hanukkah song from a surprising source. So those are some of our favorites. Those are some of the songs we don't like. Stop listening to Santa Baby. It's not good for your health. And we seem to have a consensus that Baby It's Cold Outside is no longer resonating. But I may still have it on my Spotify list. We'll leave it at that. All right.
And
hey,
send all your old copies of Pentatonics records to Davis.
Oh, yes, please.
Davis, next you're going to tell me you don't like Straight No Chaser, and then I'm going to be really upset.
I'll just leave it at that.
And that's all I'm saying.
We're gonna have a
All right.
Hamilton situation here, man. Pistols at dawn.
All right, I'm gonna let Davis and Mason get to their afternoon shows. Thanks again so much for everyone for joining us. Stephanie Hayes from the Tampa Bay Times, Davis Watts from Spirit FM, Mason Dixon from Q105, and Eric Deggans, NPR television critic and one hell of a drummer. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Enjoyed it. Merry Christmas.